Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakach Badash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. And I want to say Shalom to Akim and Akwath out there pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. Today's title is You Really Think That You Can Outdo the Creator? You can't. Alright, and this is going to have a question mark in it, but the program I use doesn't allow for question ... to be added, so I just put ... So either one works, alright? I had to grab a drink there, bear with me one moment. Alright, so hey, this comes from, and I forgot to bring up the actual article. Let me go ahead and get it. The article is by the New Yorker. This was originally going to be on the phone, but I wanted to, is this the same one? That is the same one indeed. Alright. But it was originally going to be on the phone. Alright, but I said, you know what, let's actually just go ahead and do this on the computer. Alright, I'm trying a new setup with the split. Alright, so I got the notes over here as I do on the phone, because I like that, you know. That's, you know, one of the things I like about the phone is I can have my things up here, and I know I can just throw all the scriptures, but it feels more interactive. We actually go and grab the scriptures, alright. And of course, I'm going to be using the parallel. I've been enjoying this, using the King James and the Good News Translation side by side. Alright, so of course, wonderful site, King James Bible Online, alright. But this one right here, it's got the parallel. Okay, so let's go and start off with Genesis 1:1. All right, through 31. Okay. Now we'll grab this here in a moment, and let's actually make this a little bit smaller. That should do. Okay. Let's go back. Now, this is from the New Yorker, okay? And it says, Annals of a Warming Planet. Dimming the sun to cool the planet is a desperate idea, yet we're inching toward it. The scientists who study solar geoengineering don't want anyone to try it, but climate inaction is making it more likely, alright, and they're bullshitting saying they don't want to try it. You know, people are desperate. He's really wanting to try it, alright. They don't they don't want their world to fail, alright, but they are anxious to try this out, alright. They do want to try it, and they're already throwing things in the air and polluting and spraying and doing all this bullshit anyway. It says if we decide to solar engineer the Earth to spray highly reflective particles of a material such as sulfur into the stratosphere in order to deflect sunlight and so cool the planet, it will be the second most expansive projects that humans have ever undertaken. The first, obviously, is the ongoing emission of carbon and other heat-trapping gases into the atmosphere. The idea behind solar geoengineering is essentially to mimic what happens when all volcanoes push particles into the atmosphere. A large eruption such as that of Mount Pinatubo in the Philippines in 1992, can measurably cool the world for a year or two. This scheme, not surprisingly, has a few public advocates, and even among those who want to see it studied, the inference has been that it would not actually be implemented for decades. I'm not saying they'll do it tomorrow, Dan Schrag, the director of the Harvard University Center for the Environment, who serves on the advisory board of geoengineering research project based at the university, told my colleague Elizabeth Colbert for Under a White Sky. Her excellent book on technical efforts to repair environmental damage, published last year. If you feel like we might have 30 years, he said, it's a number he repeated. I feel like we might have 30 years, he said. It is a number repeated to me when we met in Cambridge this summer. So these people think they're going to be able to, stop, all right, the irreversible, all right, environmental damage that has occurred. All right, they think it is reversible. No, it's not. All right, the Lord has it set this way for a reason. All right, And eventually, guess what? All these efforts, oh, we're going to do this and this and this. We know you're not doing it for any reason good, right? We know you're actually making things worse, all right? So first of all, you're bullshitting, all right? You're bullshitting, all right? And the second thing is that it's not going to work, all right? Because, and if it did work, for what? You know, don't you know that the world's going to be burnt up here soon, all right? Don't you know, okay? Don't you know that it's going to be a cleansing, all right, of the earth, all right, from on high, all right? Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, it's gonna scorch this place, all right, and purify it, okay. So there's not gonna be no smog or no excess carbon emissions, none of that. All right, that's not gonna how it's gonna be. You think that you're gonna change everything and set it back? You people really you play so-called you play God all the time. All right, you think you're the Most High. All right. You have this guy, I can't remember his name, talking about, we can outdo the Most High now with the whole water situation now. He can't take the water away. All right, we're better than God. All right, hey man, hey, you're sorely mistaken. You're sorely mistaken. Hey, and you're gonna find out. You'll find out. All right. It says, others around the world, however, are working to speed up that timeline. The timeline, I say, they think they want to put this, in effect within 30 years. Here, newsflash, 30 years ain't looking likely. All right, 30 years ain't looking likely. 3 years ain't looking likely. Okay, do you know what times we're in, man? Do you know what times we're in? 30 years. Like, we got 30 years. It says others around the world, however, are working to speed up that timeline. There are at least 3 initiatives underway that are studying the potential implementation of solar radiation management, or SRM, as it is sometimes called, a commission under the auspices of the Paris Peace Forum, composed of 15 current and former global leaders and some environmental and governance experts, that is exploring policy options to combat climate change and how these policies might be monitored. All right, so hey, they're speeding up. They're gonna try to speed it up. And hey, do know that if you do something like this, if the Most High allows you, it's not gonna be good. All right, will surely backfire. All right. It says, and how these policies might be monitored. A Carnegie Council initiative of how the United Nations might govern geoengineering, and Degrees initiative and academic effort based in the United Kingdom and funded by a collection of foundations that in turn funds research on the effects of such a scheme across the developing world. The result of these initiatives, if not the goal, may be to normalize the idea of geoengineering. It is being taken seriously because of something else that's speeding up. The horrors that come with an overheating world are now regularly threaten its most densely populated places. And we don't really need to continue on and read anymore. All right, because it's gonna be more bullshit and more bullshit and more bullshit. And let's see, what is this?
Long time. When I was a kid, the endless summer.
That's something completely different. All right, I thought they were speaking of waves. Something. They're speaking of actual waves. I think it's about surfing or some shit. All right, but hey. Oh yeah, it says surfing on Kelly Slater's machine-made wave. All right, but hey, you don't really need to read much more of this. All right, let's see if there's a see if there's any videos on it. All right. Let's see what this person has to say.
There are a ton of main challenges. First of all, I mean, it exists in the modeling world. There have been no observations, no field tests, nothing like that. And that ultimately limits us in terms of what can be understood. I think there's still a lot of modeling work to do, and specifically looking at things like impacts, water scarcity, food scarcity, and that's a climate change problem too. What's climate change going to do to do in terms of those effects, particularly at a regional level, and what might geoengineering in its various forms, CDR, SRM, what have you, do. Will those offset each other? Will they exacerbate each other? There's so much we don't know.
Alright, so that was a bunch of nothing. Alright, see another one. This one might have something, let's see.
This was one of the biggest volcanic explosions in...
Alright, and also this is a segment that we're using as review, which is allowed. Alright, this doesn't infringe copyright, this is allowed, so if you do take this video down, just to let you know, if you're watching this, if you take this video down, there will be a claim against it. Alright, I will dispute it. Because it's bullshit how you hit our channels. Alright, you don't do it to anybody else. Alright, news channels, no, but you do it to ours, alright? This is a news segment, alright? You are learning. This is used for education, alright? This is free use. This is available under free use. Alright, so don't try to bullshit. Alright?
history.
Daybreak.
Start over.
This was one of the biggest volcanic explosions in history.
Daybreak and Mount Pinatubo burst angrily into life again.
It happened on June 15th, 1991, in the northwest of the Philippines. It was so powerful, it produced a gas cloud that reached the stratosphere. The explosion caused a lot of damage locally, but the cloud itself did something extraordinary. It lowered the Earth's temperature for 4 years. Sulfur dioxide in the cloud created particles which spread around the Earth. These then reflected some of the sun's rays into space. Scientists are looking to mimic the effects of this phenomenon to counter global warming. It's a highly controversial concept known as solar geoengineering. Climate change is probably the biggest problem humanity faces today. In the past 25 years, the global average temperature has risen by around 0.5 degrees Celsius.
The accumulation of carbon in the atmosphere is warming the Earth up, making more intense hurricanes, rains, higher temperatures.
So far, governments have focused on policies for cutting emissions, but they keep rising. The concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere has risen 15% since 1994. The Paris Agreement, signed by 175 parties in 2016, was a sign that countries were willing to work together to cut emissions. But not every world leader is on board.
The Paris Climate Accord is simply the latest example of Washington entering into an agreement that disadvantages the United States.
If emissions aren't reduced, what next?
Hey man, it's all fun and games, alright, until you end up fucking something up, alright? And that's precisely the shit that Esau will do, alright? They're gonna end up messing something up, alright? If the Lord, of course, allows this to go and happen, okay? And allows it to happen, because nothing happens unless the Lord wants it to happen, alright? But if the Lord could very well use these people to speed up a process, alright? So I'm gonna play more of this video.
Theoretically, solar geoengineering could cool the entire planet. It's actually potentially incredibly simple because all you need to do is inject a bunch of particles into the stratosphere, and there's a number of ways you could do that. Recently, a study out of Yale and Harvard looked at the details of how this would be done.
In that Harvard and Yale study, they imagined building a fleet of planes, up to 95 of them, that would make 60,000 flights a year. The fleet would spread hundreds of thousands of tons of sulfur dioxide into the stratosphere every year. After 15 years, they reckon the world would cool by 0.3 degrees Celsius. But there are reasons not to do this. One of the biggest concerns...
Slack you for that. Oh, I had a sneeze attack there for a moment. Slack you. Alright, so hey, you know, these people think they're gonna use these planes to go and dump the shit in there, and they're already dumping shit throughout the air. Alright, but now they think they're gonna dump sulfur. Let's go back and hear what they said again.
And how this would be done.
In that Harvard and Yale study, they imagined building a fleet of planes, up to 95 of them. That would make 60,000 flights a year. The fleet would spread hundreds of thousands of tons of sulfur dioxide into the stratosphere every year.
Yeah, what else are you gonna put in it?
They reckon the world would cool by 0.3 degrees Celsius. But there are reasons not to do this.
Fuck around and create an ice age.
One of the biggest concerns is that it could make governments complacent.
Big worry is that it will be exploited to argue against emissions cuts. Geoengineering is a supplement to cutting emissions, not a substitute for cutting emissions.
It would also be politically messy. If the plan is to put a thermostat on the Earth, deciding who has their hand on the dial won't be easy.
For it to have a global effect, you're going to need all governments on board, and that is going to be extremely difficult. If a country went alone and decided to do it on its own, then obviously because the impacts are going to be regional or global, you could create a lot of international tension.
A Swiss proposal to study geoengineering and how it should be regulated was recently put forward at the UN Environment Assembly. But America and Saudi Arabia opposed the motion, possibly because they don't want international regulation of geoengineering. As things stand, not enough is known about how it could impact the climate or the chemistry of the atmosphere. There could be unexpected consequences.
You can affect rain patterns, and you might cause a region that is already suffering from drought to have even less water. A lot more basic research, both into how we would do it, but also what the consequences of it would be if we did it in one way or in another way, is needed.
But of course, if we don't do it, there's deep uncertainty about how much climate change we get for a given amount of CO2 in the air. Both of those are risky, both are uncertain. The question is, which has higher risk?
The politics of solar geoengineering.
So that's all we really need, man. Hey, they're one of Esau's, I won't say newly thought of, all right, but recently brought up, all right, schemes, okay? Dump shitloads of sulfur into the air, all right? Now, they're saying, oh, we don't want to, do anything crazy yet. Nah, these people are antsy to do it, all right? And who knows? We don't know if this is something that will happen. All right, they mentioned that if someone just started doing it, it could cause global conflict. Hey, we know there's going to be global conflict in the end. All right, but hey, many wars, but war is already starting off. But hey, we don't know how exactly. All right, that's gonna kick off. All right, this thing in Ukraine looks promising. All right, that could blow up into something if Putin decides to launch nukes. They could try to pull something like this off. Hey, there's many different things. All right, you got shit going on with North Korea, and there's already a lot of tensions as it is. All right, a couple things happen. Hey, it's full out war. All right, and it is prophesied to happen. So. Again, the title of this lesson is, you really think you can outdo the Creator? You can't. All right? And why is that? Because He created everything, all right? And another thing is, these people, the world's bad, the world's failing. There's global warming, and we've had global warming, man. If you really look into it, all right, global warming is a normal thing. All right? It's a normal thing. Okay, before, all right, now this new stuff that Esau's doing, that just goes on population control. But before, all right, the thought of every few years it gets really warm, it's warmer than years, and that cools back down, that in theory, all right, is a normal thing. But we know that Esau's fucking with shit with the HARP device and all these other things, the things we do know and the things we don't know about, all right, the behind scenes that they're using, all right. It's causing issues. It's causing we're at a record highs that we've never been at. All right, and it's not because of people threw a can on the ground, man. All right, that's what they're having. We're using too much. It's not that. It's what Esau's doing. Esau's messing around and fucking with shit. All right, and here they are, put out more articles talking about how they want to continue to fuck with shit. All right. So in theory, the term global warming is a normal thing. All right, that would be a normal thing. But this modern stuff, it isn't global warming. That's what they're calling it, but it's not. It's really Esau tampering with shit and fucking with shit, all right, and trying to play God, all right, and it never turns out well. Esau. It never turns out well. All right, you're not the creator. All right, you didn't create everything. You think, oh, you know what this is for and that's for, or you know, it's hot in this area. And say the Most High is doing everything for a reason. All right, even if you think you did it, even if you're using a harp device or whatever you're doing, the Most High doesn't allow anything to happen that He doesn't want to happen. Okay, if you're doing something He doesn't want to happen, guess what? He's gonna nip that in the bud. All right, you think you're gonna create a device that makes it, you know, makes everything silver. All right, guess what? You're not going to end up doing it unless the Most High wants that device to come to fruition. Okay, and we're being, you know, simple with it, with just, you know, a device that makes everything silver. But, you know, with anything, all right, anything, the Most High would not allow it to happen if He did not want it to happen. All right, cars would not have happened if the Most High did not want those to be a thing. The internet would not have happened if the Most High did not want that to be a thing. All right, and the Most High did want the internet to be a thing, obviously. All right, it's one of the main ways that this truth goes out. Okay, all across the world. All right, but Esau, hey, they thought they were going to use it for a different situation. Hey, but Most High didn't end up having it be that way, did He? All right, so this is Genesis 1:1 through 31. Everybody's read this. All right, but I want to read it. All right, it reads, just to show you the power of our Lord. Okay, Genesis 1:1 says, in the beginning the Most High created the heaven and the earth was without form and void. And darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of the Most High moved upon the face of the waters. And the Most High said, let there be light. And there was light. And the Most High saw the light, that it was good. And the Most High divided the light from the darkness. And the Most High called the light day, and the darkness He called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. And the Most High said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And the Most High made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. And the Most High called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. The Most High said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear, and it was so. And the Most High called the dry land earth, and the gathering upon the waters called He seas. And the Most High saw that it was good. The Most High said, let the earth bring forth grass, and herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after its kind, whose seed in itself upon the earth, and it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit whose seed was in itself after his kind, and the Most High saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning, and the evening and the morning were the third day. The Most High said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years. And the scriptures right here is one of the reasons why we know that you know, the moon is used to judge what day it is, what month it is. All right, high holy days. All right, not no Gregorian calendar. It says, and let them be for lights in the firmament of heaven to give light upon the earth, and it was so. And the Most High made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. All right, this is speaking of the so-called sun and moon. All right, or the moon, the sun and moon. It says, and the Most High set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And the Most High saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. The Most High said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth and in the open firmament of heaven. The Most High created great whales, and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly, after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And the Most High saw that it was good. And the Most High blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let fowl multiply in the earth. And the evening and morning were the fifth day. The Most High said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beast of the earth after his kind, and it was so. And the Most High made the beast of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind, and the Most High saw that it was good. And the Most High said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the fowl of the air, over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon earth. So the Most High created man in his own image. In the image of the Most High created he him. Male and female created he him. And the Most High blessed them, and the Most High said unto them, Be fruitful, multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish in the sea, and over the fowl in the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. And the Most High said, Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in the which is the fruit of tree yielding seed, and it shall be, and it to you it shall be for meat. It's like it said, and to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given you every green herb for meat, and it was so. And the Most High saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. He and the evening and the morning were the 6th day. Alright, so hey, there you go. Let's lock you. That was Slovakia. Not 32. It ends right there. Slovakia. Alright, but hey. There you go. So that's what the Most High did. Alright, now, most of you, of course, have heard of that before. We wanted to grab it again. Alright? For the sake of... And what let me do? Okay. For the sake of having it. Alright? Just to let you know, alright, Esau thinks they can compare and come up against this person that is spoke of, alright? The Almighty, alright? Yahweh, the Most High, alright? God, as some people just call him, just using God. His real name is Yahweh. Alright, and he is the God. He is the power, the Almighty, alright? Omnipotent, alright? Above. Alright, that's why when they put his name as God, they put a big G, alright? All the other examples of God are with little g's. Alright, God, when it was, but the big G is speaking of, the Most High, the Almighty, the Creator, alright, the one and the only, the Omnipotent. Okay, now what does omnipotent mean? It's like I spelled it a little wrong. It says omnipotent, of a deity having unlimited power, able to do anything, all-powerful, almighty, supreme. Okay? And you people think you're going to be able to go up against him, man. You know how vain that is? That's the most stupid thing, alright? That's about the stupidest thing you could ever do. Not just about. That is the stupidest thing you could do. You think that you can... Esau, and it really goes back to pride. They think they can do whatever. They think, oh, the earth's warming up. We can stop that, alright? Not if the Most High don't want you to stop it. No. Alright? And the Most High is not going to allow you to better the earth. Alright, the earth is not in a state right now to be bettered. Alright, we're getting closer and closer to the end. If anything, it's going to get worse and worse and worse. And it will. Alright? It will continue to get worse. Alright? Things aren't going to get better. This isn't a place, to live. This isn't our rest. Alright? Especially in Esau, the reason they're trying to fix everything is because they want their kingdom to last. But hey, newsflash, it's not going to last, man. It's on its way out. Alright? It is on its way out. The Most High is not going to let you try to pull one over on him and, oh no, they accidentally fixed everything. No, nothing is going to be able to be fixed, alright? You're on your way out, Esau, alright? You really think you can outdo the Creator, okay? But you can't. You can't, okay? This is John 1 and 3, again speaking of the Most High. It says, all things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made, okay? And John 1 and 3 in the Good News Translation says, through him the Most High made all things. Not one thing in all creation was made without him. Alright? So hey, not one thing. How many things? Not one. Alright? If anything happens, hey, the Most High is allowing it to happen. What about babies dying? Yes, he's allowing it to happen. Okay? That is allowed to happen. Okay? It says, this is, Colossians 1 and 16, alright? And there was a video, who was it, I believe, yeah, street teacher, Elder Manatazak from GMS South Carolina, alright? He put out a lesson a little bit ago. Let's see if we can find it. See, here it was. There it is. Response: Hebrew Israelites a cult. And one of the things he mentioned in this video was that these people think that there's a, let's see, these people think there's some power with the Most High. He doesn't kill. Alright, he doesn't do any of these terrible things. He only does good things. Alright, let me see if I can find it somewhere in here. He mentioned it. Let me see. Bear with me a moment. I want to play a clip from the brother. That's in here somewhere. I think this is the video. Bear with me. This gotta be the video, yeah? No, it had to be this one.
Right.
It's somewhere in here. 1 minute. I don't know what YouTube's doing. I know it's in here. It has to be in here. This is the video.
In hunger and in thirst. Matter of fact, get it. African slaves, she said, they wasn't selling themselves.
Right there,
People
yeah.
were selling them. As for the nation, because you made you and not they get their treat. The Mr. Kirk, right? Slaves, right? When did we name of the how you now talking translations manipulate the to against soul ye were in the captivity. I got the forest to the spirit dead. It can also go.
It's not here. I know it can be crazy. The video skipping all around. I know it's in here somewhere, man. I could have swore. Man, it's oh wait, there it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. All right, Slakia.
That we already destroyed, but he's too much of a coward serpent punk to admit that we answered all his questions regarding this. But we can just do it again now. Now to show you that she doesn't understand the scriptures,
Here you go.
here's another video that she did. I want to let you listen to what she says here, showing you she doesn't understand the Bible. Hold on.
All right, let me actually grab this scripture before we play that. We got a couple scriptures. All right, the first one I want to grab is Colossians 1:16. All right, again, before we move on to the next topic. All right, this is Colossians 1:16 in the King James Version, of course. It says, "For by him were all things created that are in heaven and that are on earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers, all things were created by him and for him." Okay? In the Good News translation, it says, "For through him the Most High created everything in heaven and on earth, the seen and the unseen things, including spiritual powers, lords, rulers, and authorities. The Most High created the whole universe through him and for him." Okay, and that's another thing is Esau was also created for the Lord. All right, he was created as a a belt, all right, for the Israelites, all right, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right. He was created. Esau was created as a belt or as a sword for us, all right, because we were going off. That's why he's over us in the first place, okay. Now, because he's the weakest of all nations, all right. The Most High, as a display of power, all right, made him the strongest of all nations, all right, as an affliction to us, all right, as a punishment for us, all right. Because now look what Esau does to us, okay. What Esau does to us. All right. Okay, here we go. Says, this is Daniel 2:20 through 23. "Daniel answered and said, Blessed be the name of the Most High forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his. And he changeth the time and the seasons. He removeth kings, he setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom to the wise, and knowledge to them that know understanding. He revealeth the deep and secret things. He knoweth what is in darkness, and light dwelleth. He knoweth what is in the darkness, and the light dwelleth within him." with him. I thank thee and praise thee, O thou power of my fathers, who hast given me wisdom and might, and hast made known unto me now what we desired of thee. For thou hast now made known unto us the king's matter. All right, and again, another scripture showing all things come from the Most High. All right, if a king set up, the Most High did it. If he's taken down, the Most High did it. All right, the times, the seasons, all the Most High. All right, the waters, the Most High, the firmament, the Most High, the heaven, the Most High, all the animals, the Most High, all the trees and herbs and dirt and grasses and all of that. All of it's the Most High. Life comes from the Most High. Death comes from the Most High. All these things come from the Most High. Okay, everything. The Most High created everything, and you think you can be better at him than anything, and no one said that he said he thought he was better. If you think you're gonna be able to, you basically, if you think that you can go and dump a shitload of sulfur into the air and fix things, you think you're better than Most High. You do. You think you're better. You think that you know better than him. All right, because all this has happened for a reason, but you think you know better than him. Okay. And that's really what it gets down to. All right. No one said they thought that. No. You think Esau thinks that they're better than the Most High. If that's what they think. All right, and they're sorely mistaken as well. By the way, all right, they're sorely mistaken. Okay, now let's go over here and listen to what the brother had to say, and then we're gonna grab the scriptures. All right, because and that's another thing. A lot of people think that the Most High doesn't have as much control as he does. These churches don't really teach how much control he has. This is gonna show you. All right, this is gonna show you. A lot of people don't understand this.
On here. Alright, let's go back a bit.
Everything comes from the Most High. Everything.
I don't want to question you, God. I just don't get it.
God does not condone evil. I think everybody with a conscience can agree that what happened to Takeoff was wrong. Offset's comments at the funeral. He's assuming that God is responsible for this horrible crime.
He is.
One of the 10 Commandments is thou shalt not murder.
Listen, so you see she doesn't understand. She said that Takeoff being killed, the Most High was not responsible for it. How stupid can you be? And she said that the Most High does not condone evil. Just a few quick scriptures, then we're going to get to the subject matter. This is Amos chapter 3.
That's a good one too,
6.
yeah.
Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord hath not done it? I thought you said the Lord doesn't condone evil. Not only does he condone it, he sends the evil. He creates the evil. Isaiah 45, verse 7. Yep. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. You see that? The Most High is the one behind it all.
There you go. Hey, as the brother said, as the elder said, the Most High is behind it all. As he read in Isaiah 45 and 7, we have it as well. I'll go ahead and read it again and get the Good News translation. It says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. All right, so guess what? If there's some sort of global warming, the Most High did it. If there's not global warming, the Most High did it. All right. If something evil happened, the Most High did it. If something good happened, the Most High did it. All right. So you think you can outdo the Creator? You can't. All right. Everything comes at His hand. All right. If that thought that you had that you were gonna, you thought you were gonna go over the Most High, guess what? He allowed you to have that thought. All right. And guess what? By that thought, He might allow you to try to do something that ends up leading to your destruction. Okay. He knows everything. He's the master chess player. Okay. You think you have a move on him? You don't. All right. You think you have any sort of crack or a little sliver you can slip it? No, you don't. You don't. All right. All this global warming, all this stuff. You think you're gonna change the world? And there's something that that old comedian said. And he went off because he talked about Mother Nature. All right. But he went off. But he was talking about humans how proud do you have to be? He basically said, the Earth's been here for, I think he said millions of years. He goes off, he wasn't in the truth or anything, all right? But we do believe him to be a Jake, all right? But he said, how vain do you think that, you're going to be able to save the world? You think you're going to be able to save the world? All right, let's see what he said. I'll read a quote. Let's see. It's a quote. says, he said, I'm tired of fucking Earth Day. I'm tired of these self-righteous environmentalists, these white bourgeoisie liberals who think the only thing wrong with the country is that there aren't enough bicycle paths. People trying to make the world safe for their Volvos. Besides, environmentalists don't give a shit about the planet. They don't care about the planet. Not in the abstract, they don't. Not in the abstract, they don't. Says, you know what they're interested in? A clean place to live, their own habitat. They're worried that someday in the future, they might be personally inconvenienced. That's what these Edomites are worried about. They're worried that it's going to inconvenience their kingdom. Says, narrow, unenlightened self-interest doesn't impress me. Besides, there's nothing wrong with the planet. Nothing wrong with the planet. The planet's fine. The people are fucked. That's what he said. The planet's fine. The people are fucked. All right? Yeah, the planet's fine. And all these people, another thing with the apocalypse, all these people think, oh, the Earth's going to blow up. It's going to split down the middle. The Earth's fine. All right? The people, all right, on the other hand, all right, specifically people in this case, all right, being anyone who's not of the elect, all right, they're fucked, okay? Nothing you do, all right, is gonna be able to help you, all right? And he goes down here. It says, what does he say? He says, the planet isn't going anywhere. We are. We're going away. Pack your shit, folks. We're going away. He says, we won't leave much of a trace either. And he said, and thank God for that. Maybe a little styrofoam. He said, and there won't even be a little styrofoam. Okay, but hey, he was playing it up, and he went off. You know, he said a lot of things that were off and wicked as well. All right, of course, he wasn't in the truth. All right, but there was some, truth in there as well. All right, some of the people. All right, the people are the ones going somewhere. All right, the earth is going to be scorched, yes. All right, but the earth isn't going to split down the middle and crack, and lava is going to split out down the middle like you see in those crazy movies, and then the earth just vanishes through a black. No, that's not how it's going to work, man. All right, people are going away. All right, and those people are anybody who's not of the elect of Israel. All right, so that's speaking of Edomites. All right, any of the other heathen nations, the Moabites. All right, the Amalekites. All right, the Ishmaelites. All right, all of them, Ammonites, Moabites. All right, so on and so forth. The Elamites. All right, so on and so forth. All right, they're going away. All right, the earth's not going away. All right, the earth will be purified. Okay, the earth will be purified. Okay, so that's the other thing. These people think that they can help the earth. All right, and he said there's another joke that he said everybody says save the whales, save those snails. All right, talking about that. All right, these people really don't want to save the world. All right, they want to save their kingdom. All right, they don't give a shit about the world. They want to save their kingdom. All right, because they know all these things are a sign of their kingdom failing. All right, and they're shitting their pants. All right, they're shitting their pants is what they're doing. All right, and there's nothing that they can do. That's why they have these desperate attempts, such as we're reading today, with trying to spread sulfur or do this or that. All right, or try to use HARP devices to control the weather patterns, make it colder, make it hotter, make it rain, make it snow. Do this, do that. All right, and that's because they think they know better than the Most High. All right, they think they know better than the Most High. Okay, and hey, it's not going to work for you, man. It's going to lead to your death. This is Isaiah 45:7 once again. I think I read it before. All right, if not, Salakia. It says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. And in the Good News translation, it says, I create both light and darkness. All right, so light comes from the Most High and darkness comes from the Most High. It says, I bring both blessing and disaster. All right, peace comes from the Most High. Evil comes from the Most High. I, the Lord, do all these things. Who does all these things? The Lord. Okay, and I think in 8 it continues on. It says, no, Salakia. No. All right. I'm confusing it with another scripture. I wound and I heal. All right. And there's no God with me. All right. So, hey, it's the Most High that's doing these things. He's omnipotent. He controls everything. All right. Everything's been pre-planned. Okay. This day, at this time, it was already written that I was going to be sitting here making this lesson. All right. But you people don't get it, man. You people think you have some crazy type of free will or something, but you don't. All right, and Slakia, that's not gonna work. It's probably gonna be this. It says it's got the Apocrypha in it. Huh. Well, we're gonna have to grab this off site. All right. Here we are. Ecclesiasticus 11 and 14. Prosperity and adversity. What is adversity? We know what prosperity means. What does adversity mean? Difficulties, misfortune. Okay? What is prosperity? Let's look it up just for the sake of looking it up. State of being prosperous. Alright? Success. Alright? So those are two opposite things. Prosperity and adversity, life and death, poverty and riches come of the Lord. Alright? There you go. There you go. And that's like, let's see. Alright, but hey. Everything comes from the Lord. If you don't believe it, you're mistaken. You're mistaken if you don't believe it. Alright? And if you think that you're gonna rise up and so-called fix something that the Lord has done, hey, that's vain, man. That is vain. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to do it. Not gonna be able to do it. Ain't gonna work out like you think it is. Alright, this says, you know, let's grab, let's grab this. Alright, we're gonna grab Psalms 49:11. Kind of out of order over here. I want to grab it in a different way. Alright, it says, and this is speaking of Esau, okay? And this is one of the reasons they're doing all these things, alright? Their primary reason, really. Psalms 49:11, and it reads, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. Their house being their, them, the house of Esau, all right, the people, all right. Their house is a people, a people. We are, the house of, Israel, all right. The house of Esau would be, their house. House means really people. If you look up house, all right. If you look up house, all right, not the first definition, all right. Looking for the, we're looking for the, what do they call it? The old one. All right. Archaic version. Let's see. Let's see here. Assembly, yeah, kind of. Alright. Let's see. There we go. This is the one we're looking for. Alright, so we're looking for 8 down here. A dynasty. A family with its ancestors and descendants, especially a royal or noble one. And Esau is not royal nor noble. Alright, but hey, that's their house. Alright, their house, their ancestors and their descendants, a family. Alright, that would be their house. Alright, all of the Edomites. Alright, so they think that their houses, it says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. Alright, America? Check this out. There you go, Amerigo Vespucci. There you go. From whose name the term America is derived. There you go. What does he look like? There he is. Looking like a goddamn tomato. Okay? Alright, so hey. They think that their houses are going to continue on forever. They know a fight's coming with the Lord, and they think they're going to win. That's how proud these people are. That's how vain these people are. Alright, they think they're going to win. But guess what? They're not. You're not going to win. It's not going to work, Esau. Alright? None of your plans are going to work. None of the sulfur dumping, none of the fighting the Lord. Hey, none of it's going to work. Alright? Everything is vain. You really think you can outdo the Creator. And guess what? You can't. Alright? And, I don't know. Alright, and you can't outdo the Creator. You can't. This is Psalms 52 and 5 down through 7. It reads, The Most High shall likewise destroy thee forever. He shall take thee away, and pluck thee out of thy dwelling place, and root thee out of the land of the living. Selah. The righteous also shall see thee, and fear, and shall laugh at him. The righteous is speaking of the elect of Israel. All right, they're the righteous. All right, the righteous are the Israelites. No other nation can be righteous. It says, Lo, this is the man that made not the Most High his strength, but trusted in abundance of his riches, and strengthened himself in wickedness. So there you go, man. He didn't trust in the Most High. All right, he trusts in his abundance of wealth. All right, he thinks he's going to fly over a 90 plane, or what was it, 900 planes? It might have been more than that, all right, 90 or 900 planes, all right, and just dump sulfur in the air. That's trusting in abundance of your riches. We couldn't do something like that as a nation of Jake. If all Jake came together, we could maybe buy like 2 planes. That's it, all right? And I'm not talking about the rich people that took the payoff. I'm talking about regular-ass Jake. Maybe 2 planes. Those planes are expensive as fuck, man. Let's see. Let's just go for a Boeing. $420 million. You know how many Jakes that would take just to come up with that amount of money? Just normal Jakes, run of the mill. All right. Now you get a couple run of the mill normal Edomites, so they'd be able to whip that cash together with a couple of them, man. You'd have to get so many Jakes. All right. You'd be trying to get the ones that are out the ghetto. You'd be trying to find the ones that kind of made it. All right, which there ain't that many of. All right, we're a nation that just does. We get by. All right, we don't overwhelmingly prosper. All right, the vast majority of us, at least. Of course, there's going to be people that do. All right, but the vast majority of us, we're not doing so great. All right, financially. The Psalms 52 and 5 and 7, and the Good News translation says, "So the Most High will ruin you forever. He will take hold of you and snatch you from your home. He will remove you from the world of the living. Righteous people will see this and be afraid, and they will laugh at you, and then they will laugh at you and say, 'Look, here is someone who did not depend on the Most High for safety, but they just trusted, but trusted instead in great wealth and looked for the security in being wicked.'" Hey, it ain't gonna work, man. It ain't gonna work. Your plan's gonna come tumbling on down. All right, your plan's gonna come tumbling on down. All right, so hey, let's grab Isaiah 14 and 12. All right, through 21, and then we'll close out. It reads, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations?" Okay? This is speaking of Esau, Edom, all right? Lucifer, the devil. Okay? It says, "For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High." So again, it shows you here they want to be like the Most High. All right, they think they're better than the Most High. All right, they think they can outdo him, which you can't. All right, it says, "Yet," what does it say? "I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High." So that's what Esau thinks. Let's see what happens really though. 15. "Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit." And hell is, destruction, is a bad place. All right, hell is, hell is going to be, Jacob's trouble and the nuclear fire and the nuclear missiles coming down. Hell isn't actually like a place with a little red man that pokes you in the ass with a pitchfork. All right, that's what the Christians think. All right, hell isn't actually like that. All right, it says, "They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners? All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those who are slain, thrust through with a sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, and as a carcass trodden under feet. Thrust through with a sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet." It says, "Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities." So these people, ain't going to work out for them. Ain't going to work out for them. It's looking bad. It's looking grim. Ooh, it's not looking good. All right. Good News translation. All right. Same scriptures. All right. King of Babylon, bright morning star, you have fallen from heaven. In the past you conquered nations, but now you've been thrown to the ground. All right. This is you, Esau. You're going to be thrown to the ground. All right? You were determined to climb up to heaven and place your throne above the highest stars. You thought you would sit like a king on the mountain in the north where the Most High assembles. All right? The gods assemble. The Most High assemble. It says, you said that you would climb to the tops of the clouds and be like the Almighty. But instead, you have been brought down to the deepest part of the world of the dead. The dead will stare. All right? And 16 it says, they that see, the dead will stare. Again, these scriptures go off sometimes. So the dead will stare and gape at you, and they will ask, is this the man who shook the earth and made kingdoms tremble? Is this the man who destroyed cities and turned the world into a desert? Is this the man who never freed his prisoners or let them go home? Ooh, that's deep. All the kings of the earth lie in their magnificent tombs, but you have no tomb, and your corpse is thrown out to rot. It is covered by the bodies of soldiers killed in battle, thrown with them into a rocky pit and trampled down. Because you ruined your country and killed your own people, you will not be buried like other kings. None of your evil family will survive. Your evil family. All right? You killed not only your own people, but everybody else as well. All right? All nations. You've killed everybody. You've killed the Israelites. You've killed everybody. But you've done us the worst. All right? You've done us the worst. It says, let the slaughter begin. The sons of the king will die because of their ancestors' sins. None of them will ever rule the earth or cover it with cities. All right? So Esau, after you're done, after the Most High messes you up, you're never going to rule the earth again. You're never going to have cities. As a matter of fact, after 1,000 years, you're going to be gathered into a pit and burned, turn into dust. All right? So, hey, it's not looking good for you. So you think you can outdo the Creator with all these inventions and things, and you're going to help the earth, and you're going to help the world, and you're going to make your house continue on. We're going to continue to have our house. We're going to continue with your wealth. No, you're not, man. Hey, it's looking grim for you. All right? Look up that term grim. It's looking grim. It's not looking so good. All right? It's looking really good for us, though, but for you, it's not looking good. Not looking good at all. Looking wonderful for us, though, because you're on your way out, man. All right? And we know what happens when you're on your way out. All right? Here, let's... Here it is. 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So, hey, it's looking really good for us, but for you, not looking so hot. So, hey, with that, we're going to close out. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Taught me this truth and rule well. Shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring, keep the faith. Hey, man, these Edomites are almost on their way out, and we're on our way into the kingdom soon. Okay, Lord willing, all right, we're part of the elect. Either way, we'll be in the kingdom, but hey, Lord willing, we're a part of the elect. All right, we're striving for excellency, for greatness. All right, to pursue righteousness to the best of our ability, all right, and do what's right. All right, we're hoping for that, to be of that number of the elect. All right, hey, and Lord willing, I myself, as well as you brothers and sisters out there that diligently pursue this truth, all right, receive that. All right, may the blessing of election be upon your house. All right, so hey, with that, we're going to close out. Until next one, Lord willing, shalom.